I found this old Kharn the Betrayer model in a bits box and decided to try to convert my own using spare pieces. I took an extra berserker and found a pose that I liked for his legs, but I also knew I wanted to use the Juglord's greaves instead. So I started a pretty extreme hack job, clipping off the entire front half of the existing legs in order to get the greaves to fit. I knew it didn't really matter if I did a clean job because I was going to use green stuff to fill in any gaps. I decided this was good enough. There was only a small gap, so I went ahead and glued it together just to get started on the rest of the model. Since I also used a different torso, I had to use green stuff to fill in any gaps and get the legs to fit a little bit more uniformly. Again, I wasn't too worried about being super clean in this phase, as I was going to do more sculpting over the top anyway later on. Then came the tricky part of creating Kharn's arm holding Gorechild, which is a bare arm, and I knew I wanted to use the 8-bound so it would have a lot more muscle mass to it. I cut the suitable left arm that I wanted to use and then found an axe head that seemed to work and clipped both pieces out. I knew that this joint was going to be really delicate, so I decided to go ahead and drill a tiny hole into each end and insert a thin metal pin in order to give some more stability to the axe head itself. This part was really finicky, and it definitely took me a couple of tries before I got a good seal on the joint and it was stable enough to attach to the rest of the arm. So once I got that glued on, I realized, well, the pose wasn't exactly right, and I knew I was going to have to change the rotation of his wrist on the arm. So I went ahead and chopped his hand off at the wrist, rotating it 90 degrees so that reattaching it to the arm, it would look more like he was running with the axe in his hand. Like the Nucerian gladiators of old, Kharn also attaches Gorechild to his arm using a chain. So I found a jeweler's chain and used super glue in order to wrap around the arm and add structural stability to the axe and wrist as well. I also found almost a perfect head that matched the existing shape of Kharn's head, and I thought it looked pretty good once I attached it. I then went through and started fine-tuning the green stuff sculpts and tried to make the joint seals look a little bit closer to the marine joints, as well as sculpting in Kharn's distinctive head ornaments, which would really set him apart from all the other berserkers in the squad. I was really nervous going into this step, but I knew it was critical to the model and I'm really happy with how they came out. I also cut up a berserker backpack in order to make it more similar to the actual Kharn model with the shortened vents. So at this point, I kind of wanted to just get done, so I clipped off the ends and just attached the skulls to shorten the arms a little bit and figured I'd clean up the rest with a nice paint job. So here's the finished Kharn. I tried to keep it as accurate to the existing model as possible, and I'm pretty happy with the result. Let me know what you guys think.